What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. 3 muscle markers today to try to help you to understand how to stretch out each head of your shoulders more effectively. You see, we talked about how to train them in the past, but a lot of people forget to stretch them. And they're just like any other muscle. We need to pay some attention to them, especially the fact that they do tend to get tight because they get overdeveloped. So what we want to do is attack them one head at a time. And to do that, as I said, I broke out the muscle marker. So what we look at here is the front delt, the middle delt, and the rear delt. And they're actually really easy to see if I go to my undrawn side here, and I just raise my arm up. And you can see here that the front delt, I can actually grab it. It attaches here to my clavicle, okay, to my collarbone. You can see that right here. Here's the bone, and it comes in right off of here, and it comes down in front and inserts here. They're all inserted in the same spot here on our upper arm. Then we've got our middle delt, which is the chunk right behind the front delt, which is all here. And it comes down, again, feeds down into here. So again, we can see that sort of displayed on the other side. Finally, we've got the rear delt that's in the back here that comes off of our scapular spine. And that is, if you were to go grab onto your shoulder blade here, you can feel this ridge that you can grab onto with your fingers. At the very end of that ridge, which is right here, is where the rear delt will start. And you can see that actually had popped up for a second there. And then it comes down and around. And again, it inserts in here, so you can see that's going on back there. Okay, so obviously the muscles are positioned in different places, so they need different angles of stretching if we're going to get at them. And a lot of times people stretch them incorrectly. So to start off, we'll start on the front delt. To do the front delt, if we know that the function is to raise your arm up in front of you, what you'd want to do to stretch it is to get it behind you. But not just that. Remember I said that it attaches to the clavicle. So if we could somehow get our clavicle to come this way as the arm goes back this way, then we'd be doing a good thing here to stretch out the front delt. So what we do is we position our hands behind our back, just like this, okay? And we're going to raise them up. And at the same time, we want to stick our chest out. So as we watch it here from the front and up close, my hands are behind my back. They're coming up. You can see that it's stretching out that front delt. But then what I want to do is I want to get my clavicles forward. So I could do that by sticking my chest out. You can see that now the stretch that's being placed here on that front delt is big. And guys, these are things that you're going to be able to instantly feel when you do it. So again, hands behind your back, they're sliding up. Once you get to that point you can't go any further, stick the chest out. Next, the middle delt. I see a lot of people try to stretch this out by going like this, or they go like this. Okay, and they say that they're stretching that middle delt out, and it looks like they are getting a decent stretch, but they're missing a big component. If it attaches down here and it starts here, if I were to do this, yes, I'm pulling my arm across, I'm stretching this out, as you can see. But I don't want to have my arm up here. What I want to do, and you're going to instantly be able to feel the difference, is take it and then flatten it down that way as I pull across. So you watch it on this side where you can actually see the fibers. I'm up here, I can stretch it, but now when I actually pull down against my chest, you can see that the fibers of the middle delt are now getting a really good stretch. I can, again, like I said, instantly feel that. As you can see here, it's tight against my chest, not floating up here. So it's still 90 degrees, but then down against the chest. Finally, we have the rear delt, and this is another one where people will do this, and then they'll try to kind of keep going up at an angle, because they say you got to take the elbow further away here from the back to try to just create more length in that muscle. The problem is, especially people that sometimes tend to stretch their shoulders because they feel they have to because they have pain and discomfort in the shoulder. If I drag this across and then I keep going up, 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 while I am stretching the rear delt out, I'm also creating more of an impingement feel here in potentially my already tight or crowded shoulder joint. So by doing this and raising it up, I'm actually potentially limiting my stretch because the pain starts to set in that prevents me from wanting to go any further. So what you do instead is you get behind the elbow here, you bring it across, and then you scoop it. So I'm still trying to go for length, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to scoop it up and under this way. So when I'm here, I scoop it up and under. So I'm leaning a little bit forward, as you can see here, and I'm trying to basically scoop it from here underneath. Now I'm getting a little bit more of that length, but I'm not getting that raising here that can create that tightness and impingement in the shoulders. So again, up close, and here, scoop it, lean forward a little bit, and stretch it out. So there you have it, guys. You can stretch your shoulders, all 3 heads, as long as you understand A, the anatomy of the shoulder, and B, how to sort of reverse engineer that to allow you to get as best a stretch as possible without having to rely on all elaborate equipment or anything like that. These things you could do just as I did here with nothing but my own body weight. And no, you don't need the markers to do this. You feel it instantly. All right, guys, if you like the muscle marker videos, though, of course, leave your comments and thumbs up below. Let me know. In the meantime, if you're looking for a program that puts the science back in strength so that we have a better idea of not just what we do, but why we do it, head to ATHLEAN-X.com and get our ATHLEAN-X training system. All right, guys, we'll be back here again in just a few days. See you.